All right, let's dive right in, shall we? Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are going to unpack something absolutely fascinating. We're looking at the exact anatomy of a modern internet rumor. Specifically, we're going to see how a simple, everyday paparazzi clip of a massive Bollywood star totally snowballed into front-page internet news in just a matter of hours. The subject of our Explainer today? The one and only Kareena Kapoor Khan. Now, you might be wondering, how on earth does pizza fit into the celebrity rumor mill? Well, buckle up, because I'm going to walk you through exactly how this hilarious and honestly super relatable situation unfolded step by step.
So, have you ever eaten so much you literally sparked an international rumor? I mean, it sounds totally absurd, right? But I want you to hold on to that thought, because that is exactly what we're dealing with today. You know, for most of us, overindulging on a holiday just means kind of loosening our belts on the flight home. No big deal. But when you're under the intense, glaring spotlight of celebrity culture, a little extra holiday weight can suddenly trigger a massive wave of public speculation. We are going to examine Kareena Kapoor Khan's recent post-vacation drama, and this really sets the stage perfectly for the sheer relatability of what actually happened versus what the internet thought was happening.
Okay, so every good rumor starts with a change in routine, right? And here we have a classic family vacation. A few weeks ago, Kareena, her husband Saif Ali Khan, and their family went on a holiday to celebrate Saif's 56th birthday. It was a time for celebration, kicking back, and, as we're soon going to see, some really good food. Then a few days ago, the family made their fateful return to Mumbai. And that brings us to today, the viral gym video. Literally the moment she stepped back into her daily routine in Mumbai, the cameras were waiting, and the timeline of this rumor officially kicked off.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the drama escalated so fast. In step 1, we have a video of Kareena leaving a gym in Mumbai, just wearing standard athleisure. But in that video, eagle-eyed observers thought they spotted a supposed baby bump. Then, step 2 is where things really escalate. Her team, reacting to the paparazzi, attempts to shield her from the cameras using an umbrella. Now, in the world of celebrity gossip, shielding someone from a camera is basically like throwing gasoline on a fire. That leads us directly into step 3. Fans go into absolute overdrive, and the guessing game begins. It wasn't just a casual observation anymore, you know? That umbrella made it look like a major secret was being hidden. So, the absolutely crucial point here is how fast the internet operates as judge, jury, and executioner. The internet quickly delivered its swift and final verdict. Kareena Kapoor Khan was pregnant with baby number 3. Based entirely on a quick gym exit, a specific angle of her workout outfit, and an umbrella, social media officially declared her pregnant. The reports gained massive momentum. I mean, people didn't wait for a statement, they simply connected the dots they wanted to see. It is truly a fascinating look into how viral culture jumps to conclusions, transforming wild speculation into accepted fact in record time. While when a rumor reaches this kind of fever pitch, the PR defense phase usually kicks right in. And the first line of defense, a simple claim of a bad camera angle, coming directly from Kareena's sister-in-law, Sabha Patadi. She took to her own social media handle to rubbish the speculation outright. She essentially told the internet to take a breath and calm down, attributing the entire hubbub and her appearance in the video to nothing more than a misleading camera lens. It's the classic logical defense against a visual rumor. But of course, as we all know, on the internet, logic doesn't always stop a runaway viral train. Right, because the rumors simply refuse to die down, we hit the next level of rumor control, official clarification. Kareena's team reportedly had to actually step in. It wasn't enough for a family member to just brush it off anymore. Sources from her team came forward to the press to explicitly confirm that the couple has absolutely no plans to expand their family further. They wanted to put a hard, definitive stop to the narrative that she was expecting a third baby. To really understand why her team was so definitive about this, let's just look at the grounding context of her actual family timeline. Kareena and Saif already have 2 sons. They welcomed their first son, Taimur, in December 2016. Then, a few years later, they had their second son, Jay, who was born in February 2021. Understanding this timeline clearly helps us grasp the reality of their family structure, and it shows exactly why her team stepped in to explicitly state that their family is complete and they aren't planning to add a third child right now. But honestly, here is where the story gets really good. Despite the sister-in-law's comments, and despite the official team clarifications, the buzz was still lingering. So what happens next? Kareena takes matters into her own hands, right on Instagram. We've built up all this tension with official statements and paparazzi videos, but Kareena decides to completely bypass the traditional PR route. She decides to kill the rumor herself, not with some stuffy formal press release, but with a masterful, funny, and incredibly direct response to her followers. Now, what's so interesting is her exact response. Karina posted an image on her Instagram stories of a man flaunting a highly bloated stomach, and she paired it with this caption, "Hut na be," which roughly translates to an exasperated, "Oh, back off," or "get out of here." But she didn't just stop at the text. No way. She loaded the post with laughing emojis and, crucially, pizza emojis. By using a funny image of a food baby and pizza icons, she completely flipped the script. She took the power back from the rumor mill by just laughing at it directly.
And to add a layer of pure genius to this clapback, let's look at the audio she chose. She actually set this Instagram story to a very specific track, Chocolate Lime Juice, which is a massively popular song from the 1994 blockbuster Bollywood film Hum Aapke Hain Kaun. The song itself is all about sweet treats and childhood indulgences. So by layering this nostalgic cultural touchstone over an image of a bloated stomach and pizza emojis, she elevated the joke entirely. It wasn't just a simple denial. It was a deeply entertaining, culturally resonant piece of humor.
This really summarizes the sheer absurdity of internet gossip. On one side, we have the internet's wild theory, an elaborate secret about baby number 3 being heavily guarded by umbrellas. On the other side, the reality? Excessive meals and pizza. She indicated that the supposed bump the internet was obsessing over was simply the result of indulging in really good food and drinks while celebrating our husband's birthday on holiday. It is the absolute ultimate contrast between wild viral expectations and a highly relatable, everyday reality.
And before we think this was just a one-off stroke of genius, it's actually important to note this isn't her first rodeo. Our source material notes that earlier, when similar photos and videos emerged, sparking pregnancy rumors, she handled them the exact same way. She's humorously shut them down in the past by blaming her appearance on food and drinks, rather than a pregnancy. It shows she has this consistent, lighthearted strategy for dealing with the intense, often ridiculous scrutiny of her physical appearance. She just consistently chooses humor over outrage, which is brilliant.
Which brings us to our final takeaway for today. Next time a rumor goes viral, will you believe the camera angle or blame the pizza? This whole explainer really brilliantly illustrates just how quickly we consume and believe viral celebrity culture. We see a video, we see an umbrella, and bam, we instantly write a whole narrative in our heads. But as Kareena Kapoor Khan just proved, sometimes the most dramatic internet mysteries have the most delightfully ordinary explanations. So keep this in mind the next time the internet declares a verdict. The truth might just be a really good holiday meal. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this. Keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.